We were talking about your youth group, or our youth group, if anything, and talking about how you started going last year to Lisa's and stuff like that. We're also
Okay, so we got to that because the whole Sunday service thing.
We were watching the Sunday service video, and we were just saying how like amazing it is, and like how impactful it is, and he doesn't even really know it yet, because like a lot of people like us he grew up in the church too, and like just like us, like he didn't really like it, and like on us it was forced upon us, but like now we have the choice, but like just even now like we're still not as motivated to do things like that. So this is.
But what I think he didn't realize that he was doing with the Sunday service thing is that it's bringing people to God even more with this, because and probably starting to make people want to do things for God. I mean, I've already made that commitment to like live, like have God as my Lord and Savior because of Lisa and stuff. But being like one of the things that I got clarity from like in the last few weeks is at least like trying to do something like this, because people our age, like especially if we've already given our life to God and stuff, we still don't really go to church that often. We still have our own relationship with God, strong and stuff. But being able to create something like this for people to come to and have church, but not that same kind of church that you feel like you're just going through the motions. That's what this is. Like it has the worship all the way throughout, which I love, because
like so when I was younger, I was a Seventh-day Adventist, and those went on for 4 hours straight. Like those are crazy, because it's like you worship for maybe like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And like I love that part. Like that was even cool to me back then when I was younger. I was like, dang, like these girls were out here singing, like these dudes out here singing. I didn't even know dudes getting notes like that, like crazy stuff. But then like when that pastor came up to preach, I was like, man, I'm gonna be sitting here for another 2.5 hours listening to him to talk about stuff that I'm too young to even know about. And like when he talks about sin, I'm like, man, what are you saying? Like sexual temptations? What is that? I'm 7 years old. Like I don't even know what sex is. Like, come on, man. Like, and just like I don't know. And a lot of the things he was saying was like unapplicable to me, and like it didn't really catch my ear because I was young. I was a kid. Yeah. But like even to this day, it's like it's still a really restrictive feeling when I was in that church and everything.
Yeah, and that's what I like with this and want to try to recreate something like this in the future, is because I don't think he realized that more people need to be able to go to something like this.
Right.
Especially if they already have faith and believe in God. It's like, because I know most people that probably watch this were like, man, I wish like I was there for that. Especially like if you live with it, it's like, man, like after going to that, like I would be like up getting ready for church at like 6:30.
Man,
like
for a
like
10 o'clock
what's
service.
The earliest service y'all got? Like
Literally,
what can we do? Can we do 5? Because I'm with 5.
How many you got going on today? Actually,
exactly.
I go to every single one.
You feel me? Stuff like that.
I'll worship all day if we have to.
But that's how we got to the thing with Lisa, because I recently just like got like my faith like really strong. Got like that's when
like 100%.
Yeah, like we're like where I'm at right now. Like I'll be talking to this man every day. Like, you feel me?
On that master jump.
Yeah, I'll be in the car, like talking. People be looking at the car like, who are you talking about? I'm like, oh, it's just Jesus. Like,
that's the homie.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But getting your like growth that he has and that he's showing us with this album and like the Sunday service thing and all that, because that's how I feel like I am right now. Like last year is when I refound. I guess my faith was like
reestablished.
Yeah, reestablished. I mean, I never like really like lost faith, but I definitely turned away from God.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the sense like I just started wilding out and stuff, but trying to do it on my own. And then I like decided like, okay, this is like I can't do this without you. Like this is what I have to do. Mm-hmm. And so since then, like that's where like I've been going, like from where I was last year to where I am now, like especially faith wise. I mean, regular wise too. I can see the growth, which is all because of God and stuff. But faith wise, man, like it's just all like just keeps skyrocketing.
Right.
And that's why I feel this stuff so much, because it's like, dude, that's like how I feel. Like you could tell he's been a believer, but he's just refound his faith. Mm-hmm. And we didn't see this stuff we didn't see that he refound his faith, because I'm pretty sure this happened for him. The reason why I was bringing that up is because that's how I feel, and like that's why I resonate with all this stuff. But I also feel like I should do that as an artist too, because you know, I people know that I believe in that and stuff. I'm not in stuff. that I believe in God, and that's my Lord and Savior. You know, I had it in my Instagram for a while. I had MOG, which means man of God. But I don't really like doing Bible stuff that much, so you know that was a little corny, but so I took it off. But the reason why I took it off is because I was like, man, I don't feel like nobody needs to know that. Like that's not their business. That I believe in God.
Yeah, it was like there's like a story in the Bible where it's like, don't do what the priests do. I'm not fully sure on the details. I'm not gonna hold you or anyone else here, but look. So basically, he was saying like, don't stand out in the corner and like, you know, pray for the people. Do it in your own, you know what I mean? Like do it in your own confidence in your own spaces, and do it in a closet or something like that. Is what he was saying. Because like having an outward faith just to show people is not a true faith, because it's not within yourself and stuff like that. And like, I feel like when you're doing the whole bio thing, it was like, oh, just saying it just to say, you know what I mean? Just because like, oh, it looks cool, not cool, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you had that faith, but it was just like, you know, just like it tried to make it seem like more than what it was. Yeah. But like, now if you want to do that, that's something that you're gonna like be owning instead of just portraying. Yeah. And
one of the things with that is, like, I was feeling like the fact that I'm a Christian is not somebody's business. Like, if they ask me, I'll tell them, yeah, I am. But they don't need to know that. But after seeing this stuff, it's like, no, like, people like should realize that I am, or like feel that glow off me. You know? Already know that. You know, it's not something to be surprised about.
Right, exactly.
You know,
like, oh, you like the Lord?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can tell you like the Lord.
Yeah. And with that, like, that's why as an artist, like, I'm really like feeling this stuff, because I have ideas and stuff, and I've already like done one. Like, you've seen my jacket I have,
right?
That I made, but
the pants.
No, yeah, and the shorts too, and the pants. But nobody besides the people that I know, like my friends and stuff, or people that have seen me wear it and asked about, have seen it. You know, which I don't think is fair, because you know, it's a creation I made that gives glory to God. But how am I not gonna show that off to, you know, social media and all that? You know, and part of the reason why I didn't do that at first is because, you know, I was really just getting back into my faith and like really connecting with God and stuff. And you know, I was a little nervous, or like scared, I guess.
Scared to be judged. And,
you know, or to hear people be like, oh, you know, I was like, all right, cool. Because I have friends that don't believe. And I know people that are like acquaintances and all that don't believe in stuff, or like on the fence.
Right.
But with seeing this, it's like, dude, that's what you're supposed to do. Especially since you're an artist, like the stuff that you create, you show it off. So if you're creating stuff for God, why would you not show that off? Why do this stuff and like hide it? Like, I know like the praying thing and stuff and private and all that is different, but as an artist, it's my job to, you know, do this stuff.
Right. This is like a giving glory type.
Yeah, just and that's why I really relate, connect with the whole stuff kind of doing, because like that's his talent. Like that's what he's supposed to do. And as an artist, I feel that's like I'm doing the opposite of what he's doing. You know, I have stuff that I made, but nobody's seen it. You know, nobody's be able to see that. You know, I love God and I'm bring people to the kingdom. Like nobody can see that stuff, right. But we see that he's doing that. You know, and I feel like I'm supposed to be doing that too, you know. So yeah, that's what I really like from the Sunday service thing. That's how I got to hear it.
Right. All right. This is a whole album review. This is like a whole lot of tangents going on. But look, it's worth it though. But look, okay, so back to part of the album.
Yes.
If I want to give it like a good musical rating, I would say it is a 7 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Just because it's a good album, really good. It's of course gospel. We all love the gospel, like we were just talking about for an hour. It feels like, but the album was really random. Like the songs were really placed in weird positions, and like they didn't sound like they all went together. You know, there's people like Black and who else? Daniel Caesar and like people like that, and like Bryson Tiller. You know how like their albums are like they sound like one super long song, like they all like flow into each other.
Continuous, cohesive.
Yeah, it's all cohesive and everything like that, and like it all sounds really well. And you could just like you can listen to it like over and over and over. And like this is like an album like you can listen to it a few times and like, but like when it comes to like a full sit through, I don't think I could personally do that just because I don't know. Not all the songs flow together for me, but they are really good songs as well.
Yeah.
But it's like a whole bunch of singles put together, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that's how it feels to me.
Yeah,
a compilation of singles.
It is. It just wasn't continuous enough for me, and that's what I think albums are supposed to be. And length is also what I think albums are, because it's 27
minutes long.
Yeah, 27.
Each song is probably only like 2.5 minutes, which is like okay, but like, boy, gospel music, like real gospel music, is like
5 minutes,
5 to 7, like so long, and like it goes on forever.
All of it.
Literally, we're here for all of it, but it's just like, I mean, we get it. It's Kanye's first like true gospel album, real gospel. So it's like like a test for him, I guess. Not a test, but like it's something new for him.
Yeah.
But I guess for people who are newer in their faith and stuff like that, or like listen to Kanye and they only want to hear, you know what I mean, like the shorter music, because like that's what a lot of people like release nowadays is shorter songs, like a minute and a half, like literally just like a minute song sometimes. And I think this is good for those type of people who are newer in it, but like as a person who is fully established and wants to listen to a full gospel type song.
Yeah. Or that's what we thought we were getting. Yeah,
exactly. We thought we were getting that, but a 2.5 minute song is not good enough, because like, I mean, the Sunday services, they last forever. They last for so long, like hours on hours, right?
Yeah, it was like an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, hour and 30 minutes, but like the album's only 27, like a full playthrough, like I don't know, like that's all gospel album songs are literally just like services put into like like a studio recording. And I think he could have did some of that on these songs.
I think one of the things that albums do is like tell a story or have structure, and this doesn't really have that,
Right.
And I think like what we're seeing with like how he gave his life to God and stuff, like he could have really like took some more time with this and like used that whole renewal and transformation as a story, and like really sat down and like wrote about like his experiences and like him talking to God. Like there literally could have probably been a song like with him like just talking to God.
Right.
Yeah. Stuff like that. That's, I mean, I think maybe that's just not what he was doing here, but I feel like, from like when he's doing more, he should like think about that.
Yeah, from now going on, like the next whatever like work he releases, he could definitely release something that's like him talking to God, because like I feel like the Life of Pablo is a really good cohesive album, but imagine that being what this is.
No, exactly.
Like, that would have been perfect. That would have been like like there's like the song was it Wolves? He was like, you gotta let me know if like, imagine if he was just like talking ad-libbing like that, but like talking to the Lord, or like on what's the last one is like 30 hours. Bro, that song is so long, but it's like such a good song. You know what I mean? Like,
see, with that's funny because he literally made that as a bonus track. Like he says it on the song, but even still, like,
and then he just sitting there talking at the end.
But that's what I feel like with this. I feel like that's why I'm not criticizing it too hard, because it's his first thing.
Right.
The only reason why people are, I feel like, giving it low scores or like trying to not give it the credit it deserves is because it's Kanye West.
Right. And they expect Life of Pablo. They expect
they've like the old stuff.
Right.
Either they expected the old stuff or they're trying to put him at such a high standard because he's so great. And it's like, dude, relax. First of all, you probably couldn't do it. Second of all,
you couldn't do this at all. Like,
Second of all, like, there's no reason for you to be doing it. Like, you've been asking for music, then you got it. My thing, the only thing, like, because I love this, I really do. Is it my favorite Kanye album? No. Is it in my gospel playlist? Yes. Do I have favorite songs from it? Of course. Use This Gospel, track 10, definitely my favorite. 4 also, Close on Sunday, even though people.
That was pretty funny. That was a funny one. I was listening to it. I was like,
But I mean, I like that one a lot because, like, it kind of gives the people that are like new to God, like, makes them be like, no, this is
more relatable.
Yeah,
I feel this one.
That's the other thing about the album. Yeah, about the album though, is that people that aren't of faith or already have faith but are like still don't really worship and stuff. This is a perfect introduction, at least I think,
A gateway
for them to really get into gospel music and start looking it up. Because this is called a gospel album. You put go and search up gospel album after you hear this. Then you finally start finding Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, Marvin Sapp. You know, you start seeing all Dietrich Haddon, Ken Jones. Like you start seeing all these people and stuff.
Right.
You know, so then he just opened a gateway for everybody else.
Exactly.
You know. Which I think is dope because being somebody new like to their faith, you know, like this is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they like, especially like if I had a friend that was new to their faith and like, hey bro, we've been talking about like, you know, worship and stuff. Like what should I like listen to? Like can I get a playlist? And I was like, I'd probably send them my playlist, but I'd actually be like, you know, here, just listen to the new.
Really, just listen to new Kanye, bro.
Yeah.
Like.
And then after, you know, if you really feeling that, then I'll give you like my playlist, you know, with Tamala Man, Marvin, you know, all with the, you know, real
Tasha
gospel.
Cobbs,
Yeah, come on, with that real stuff, you know.
Right.
So that's what I think. Like basing it off of that, I think this did a great job. Like if
Right.
if that's what he was trying to do, then I think, dude, well done.
Man,
Overall, I liked it.
I think so.
7 out of 10, I think is like if you're putting it like because the category is hip hop and rap, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's calling it gospel, but that's still what it's.
It's still under hip hop rap. As a hip hop and rap album, I'm gonna say I'm a hip hop and rap. I'm gonna say a 6.
Yeah, because like look, Kirk Franklin stuff is Christians and gospel.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
this is Apple Music, by the way, Christian and gospel. But when you click Kanye's Jesus is King, it says
Hip hop rap.
hip hop and rap.
Right.
So, as a gospel album, what do you think? Like
7.5 still.
7.5?
7.5. I'll give it the extra 0.5 because we were talking about how the gateway is and everything like that.
Yeah.
That it gave me a little extra. You know, leave me over a little bit.
yeah, just because it's still not like it's not. I guess 7.5. I agree with that. I'd probably say 8.
Yeah.
But I think 7.5 is fair.
Because from a gospel standpoint, how we're saying, like, you know, like the length
Yeah,
of it was
the
like
whole
not
length.
ideal.
And
Kind of like the randomness of the songs. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like it was a bad thing, but it was like,
Yeah.
I guess the intentions with the songs.
I mean, even if I feel they could have even been placed like structured a little bit, not structured, placed better. Like track
The very last one
on
should have
God
been first.
could have been somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
You know, Jesus is Lord definitely should have been first because it's so short. I mean,
It's so short. It's like
short,
it seems like an
yeah.
intro. It
It
sounds
could-
like an intro.
yeah.
Like the way it gets cut off, it sounds like an intro.
I mean, it could be used as an outro too, but if it was going to be an outro, it should be longer.
right.
But yeah, that should have been an intro, you know. Dude, yeah, no. Jesus is Lord should have been the intro, and then Use This Gospel should have been the end.
Yeah. Exactly. Because like that switch up was so great.
Like, you Use This Gospel definitely would have been. It's perfect. with
Yeah,
it,
literally.
like,
Yeah.
just with that saxophone just going off like that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. So yeah, I mean, 7.5. I mean, I still give it 8, but 7.5 I think is fair, just because most gospel albums that we know of and listen to sound way more cohesive. Much longer gives you much. It's way longer.
Right.
Um,
Too.
yeah, and then
As rap,
yeah, as a. I mean, because he rapped on it. There's raps.
there's some raps, but
Close on Sunday.
it was on Sunday. That was a pretty rappy song. It's just not that. I mean, if it's categorized under rap, it's not that good of a rap album. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why I said it, because it's supposed to be a gospel album, but it's under hip hop and rap 2019. So it's like, you know,
Yeah, but we
if
call it gospel.
if you're submitting it like to Billboard and stuff, like what does it go under?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
right. Yeah.
Because
I
I'm
mean,
like,
it's still
does it
number
go under
one.
both? Are we doing both?
It's gonna be number one regardless of what it does because it's still Kanye. Come on.
I mean, I don't think we need to rate it as a hip hop album, but gospel album definitely 7.5, 8.
Correct.
What about like songs? Top 3, top 4, favorites?
Can I see the track list? Yes. Let's see what we're talking about right here. So my number 1 is going to be Use This Gospel, definitely. Follow God was my number 2. I like that one. I just like the way the beat is on that one. I don't know, I like the way it sounds. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to listen to some of these again. But that's my top 2 so far. I'm gonna have to say Up in the Air would be the one with Fred Hammond. Hands On. And then
Hands On is really good.
yeah, that one, and then I'll say Every Hour. I'll put that in there.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Final remarks. I liked it.
Yep.
I gave it an 8 because I'm a Kanye fan, so I'm gonna be a little biased.
Yeah.
So I gave it an 8. Gospel album, I still loved it. Favorite song, Jesus Gospel. I want a extended version or deluxe album of this.
Sure.
With Jesus is Lord finished, hopefully.
Man.
Or extra tracks. I really feel like there should be a Chance the Rapper song on there.
Yep, and Kirk.
One of those, yeah, that too. But overall, I liked it. It was good.
I agree.
All my family liked it too. They're all people of faith. My mom, actually, I could show you.
The look. That's what I'm talking about,
right?
Yeah.
Because she wrote them off. She was like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that. No, the Trump stuff, all that." So yeah, but I liked it as a man of faith. I liked it. It touched me. I feel like it's real. I feel like it's not for public stuff or whatever. Like he really has been found by the Lord and is working for the Lord.
Right.
And as somebody that's doing that themselves, I know it's the real deal. Especially as an artist, I really relate with all this stuff he's saying. It's facts. So yeah.
Also, you can't. If this man makes any mistakes, don't get to judging him right away, because that's not what Christianity is, bro. Like it's hard to be a believer, bro. Like walking by faith is like being blind and walking in a highway. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of unknowns going on, and you can't see nothing, but you walking. You know, you're trusting it. So
he said they're gonna do it.
Exactly. They said he said it.
He said it.
He's speaking it into existence. He knows it's gonna happen because it always does. It's always gonna happen. Like even Jesus Christ said it himself. Right. But that's gonna end it out. We've been talking for an hour and 1 minute.
Woo! Yeah!
Long old time, but got a lot of editing to do.
And put my app right here, guys.
Put the app right there.
Follow me on my social medias.
Every single thing. That's gonna be the very last edit going on. You can follow me on my socials right. It is there, you know.
All of my
whatever I got.
Nokia. You don't need my Snap, but Twitter and Instagram is Nokia. You see it right there.
All that.
You feel me? Are we doing parts for this?
I don't know. We're gonna see how it is looking on the editing part. It'll be a long video. I'm not even gonna hold you because we got a lot of good content in there.
We did a good job.
Thank y'all. Like, subscribe, tune in. Go to my channel to watch my reaction video, and then go to his, of course, on this channel right here. Subscribe, of course. Like, comment down below what your thoughts are on this, anything, on the whole situation. Go ahead and talk. You know, we're gonna be commenting back and everything like that. I'm LaShawn on YouTube.
Nokia.
And we out.
Yes, sir.